everybody, and welcome to Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today's episode, we are actually in a different location than usual.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I don't know if you could tell, but there's actual, like, real lighting here.
Right, and like colors.
We have
and,
real
like,
lights.
And we're not sitting.
No, it's true. We're standing.
I know, so now you can actually see that I'm like really tiny.
You're not that tiny.
I feel like I'm tiny.
I'm not that big.
Just shrinking out of the frame?
Yeah, I'm forever shrinking.
And we want to throw the thanks out to our friends over at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash for hosting us here. If you haven't already, you should check out Ming and Mike's podcast, I Sell Comics, where we appear. You can check the description box down below for the link to that episode.
And then listen to all the other podcasts.
That's right, yes. In fact, just subscribe to it.
And of course, visit Redback, New Jersey. Come to the store.
Come check Scenic and Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash.
If you're a comic book fan, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, you have got to come here.
That's right.
It.
Been coming here for over a
you.
decade. It's time to go if you haven't already.
Yeah, get over here.
That's right. We thought we'd talk about a huge, monumental episode in the Secret Wars saga. That is to say, Secret Wars number 5, written by Jonathan Hickman, of course, with art by Asad Ribic.
Yeah.
This was delayed.
That's okay.
It took,
We needed some morning time.
I guess,
I needed some morning time.
for the loss of Dr.
Sheriff
Strange.
Has it been a full year?
Yeah. No.
It feels like it.
Anyway, marred with delays, but thankfully we had a whole bunch of tie-ins that kept us going.
Oh my
And of
God,
course,
yeah.
if you haven't watched our sister show, Secret Wars TLDR, you can of course click the station right here to see that episode of the last week of tie-ins.
That's right, and one of those tie-ins that one of us here did was it tied in.
No,
quite
it
a
tied
bit.
right the hell into this
It-
issue.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So, what were our initial thoughts of Secret Wars number 5?
This was a tense book. I started reading it and for a second flipped out of my seat when I saw Doctor Strange.
Literally?
Like, I was like, no! I threw my hands up, I was like, you're kidding me! I knew it!
I was like, you know what? This was handled really well.
And then I got, a little disappointed when I realized it was not him, so spoilers for that. Doctor Strange is not back. But
Yeah, he's still
this is
dead.
something I noticed.
Did you really think it was him?
I did. I really did. He goes underneath the statue, and there's an entire void of light where, like, it's another realm. I thought maybe he just banished him, and that was my other clue, is that there was no deceased. In the beginning, when you have the characters, and it's listing everyone, they're just X's.
Right. No,
not
he is
deceased, just an X. So,
Like,
like,
off the table.
maybe that means they're not dead.
no.
Or maybe it means they've been banished from
I
existence
think
entirely.
there's a difference between deceased and unmade.
Yeah, Strange was unmade.
Like,
Yeah, like erased.
what do you put for that? I was like, this was good. Of course, me and my love of Doctor Strange, I thought it was handled very, very well, very poignantly. I want that statue on my front lawn.
That thing is like the size of a house.
Yeah, she still wants it on the front lawn.
Really, the book's heating up. Was I disappointed that there was a delay? Certainly, and I'm hoping there are no more, but overall, really digging it still.
There was a lot of exposition in this book. A lot of stuff where I guess if you haven't been reading Marvel for the last year, you might actually finally get caught up with it.
Right.
Or you'd be really confused.
Not a lot of plot advanced.
You
But,
know what though? Like
Well, I'm not going to say plot advanced slowly.
One
but, like,
awesome thing happened on the last page, but overall, the only thing we found out was where everyone went.
Yeah.
Well, more or less everywhere where everyone went when they were scattered to the winds
Yes.
in the last act of Doctor
cool.
Strange.
Very cool.
And we got a pretty good sum up of exactly why the hell there are Secret Wars to begin with. Like where Battle World came from.
and honestly,
Which I think this was really necessary.
Yeah, all that, like, that exposition, that, like, those moments when this was all coming together, I really dug. Like, the stuff between Doom and Strange, again, I'm still digging on that. Like, I was never really like ooh, Dr. Doom, I can't wait to read a book about him, but I'm like, put Doom and Strange together, I'm like, yeah, which is why when one of our fans sent us...
Oh, God, yeah.
It's almost like Hickman's checking in with us, like, hey,
Hey, do you know what the hell's
everyone's
happening?
still together here, we've had a lot going on, there's a lot of tie-ins, I
Yeah.
just want to let you know, hey.
Not only that, but it's also, I think it's a deep breath before the plunge.
Right?
Oh my god, this plunge is going to kill me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You see Valeria?
just
You just see Valeria just like plotting this out and understanding that, like, all right,
yeah.
this is the stuff that's going on, and I'm confused. And she says some stuff that like really gives away like that she's starting not undermining Doom, but starting
to realize that maybe
Well,
things are not what they seem.
She's at that age where she's going to push back against her parents, so,
Oh yeah,
like every
and
teenage
incite
girl.
rebellion and in fact unmake the world.
Well,
so,
if you're Valeria.
right. So what do you guys think of the art for this issue?
I still like it. I still
It's
like
solid.
Rubik's style. I dig the fact that they're mainly as raw pencils with the color over it.
Yes.
I really like that. I like that grit. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, there weren't any panels that blew me away. I'll say that much. but it's consistent. It's great. We always were told that Molecule Man was gone.
Yeah.
He no longer existed.
We knew Molecule
He
Man.
does.
No.
I always knew
But
Molecule.
Yeah, you may have.
how much did you love, like, really old Thor with the giant hammer? Like, with giant Mjolnir?
His giant staff.
I remember when I used to be Thor.
What was that, 8 years ago?
Get off my lawn now, alright? Yeah.
Because you young Thors don't get it. Anyway.
By the way, they snuck Thor in.
Yeah, well, that was the awesome
That
part.
was
is
amazing.
If you're wondering where everyone is and how those tie-ins are going to all converge, and I
Yep.
hesitate to use that word because of that awful event we won't talk about, but like the point being,
It's okay. It's another company.
yeah, another company.
Yeah,
But you'll see all those tie-ins kind of converge, and where the 616 and 1610 counterparts are kind of tossed.
Put.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. I mean, like Thor, for example, is a double agent, kind of.
And I was so confused because I was like, wait, they can't use. She's in the.
Oh,
And then I got to the end. I was like, oh, cool.
you got me.
I can see Ben be like, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought the art was fine. I thought that like
You've never been a huge fan
I'm
of
not a
this,
huge.
though.
Well, I like what he does, and I think he's amazing. He's an amazing way of capturing faces for characters we've known for decades. And giving them their own unique face, so it's not an approximation. Not like Doctor Strange is played by Gabriel Byrne or something. Like he's his own face, and it's what Doctor Strange looks like. It's not what some actor who the artist wanted Doctor Strange to look like.
I love that you're talking about that, and yet Doctor Doom is just still a mess.
And Doom is a face. Yeah, he's a.
Oh no, we've seen that face.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
not
want to see
see
that
it again.
face anymore.
My
We're good.
point
Let's
being-
just keep the mask.
My point being, the delay actually I think really helped because it looks like he didn't miss a beat.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
for that, I give him high marks. What do you guys think of the writing for the issue overall?
I love the conversations that were going on.
I adored the conversation between Valeria and Doom. Like,
Oh, yeah.
seeing Doom in this weird, like, father figure role, like, trying to be kind of a dad, but
I
not
nailed that
really.
because I was like, this is really the betrayal of that Doom is not a father or shouldn't be a father.
Right?
He doesn't really know how to be a dad, and he doesn't really want to either.
Right?
Like he kind of fell in love with the idea of being in charge, and then was
Yeah.
like, boy, like parenting really sucks.
But that line, undying love, is not the same thing as endless patience.
It's
Yeah.
real patient. To be fair, I think any parent might say that.
Oh, exactly.
I know that if I become a parent at some
But
point, I
from
will
Doom,
use it.
that's not just.
That's not a parent.
That's a threat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and by
not a
the
parent
way,
move. Yeah,
like,
that's a promise.
Any of our fans who are parents, use that on your kids.
Oh yeah, that'll
That's a good
definitely.
one.
It doesn't work on Valeria, but of course your children has to be a super genius. So
Which we're not saying your children are.
no, of course all children are beautiful and wonderful. So anyway, overall, can you recommend Secret Wars #5? I mean, if you're reading Secret Wars now, like it's not like you're gonna skip. The fifth.
No, I mean, like, look, if you haven't gotten bored at this point, like,
Jump on.
jump on. Just get on. You can,
Even if you don't read the tie-ins,
they can get on right here.
yeah. Actually, this is a great jumping on point.
Like, if you're not on yet and you're like, maybe, jump on here.
Yeah, 'cause
There's
what's-
so much information that's
What's
packed
been
in this book.
happening? Like a battle world was created. It's all crazy and shit, and also.
And how many stories do you know that start with the death of a character?
Right.
And, like, the moments that happen
Yeah.
afterwards.
Exactly.
There you go. You could start right here, and then maybe pick up the rest if you're digging on it.
If you're so inclined.
Especially
Yeah.
what this is leading up to.
Oh, what this is leading up to.
Yeah, that last page reveal, which we shouldn't spoil. I've seen it
We
spoiled
won't.
online already, but damn. Also,
Yeah.
one of the tie-ins, as Tiffany pointed out, is directly connected with that
Yeah.
last page reveal.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so interesting that someone got to read that.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Off the Rack in our very, very temporary location here at
Yes,
Jay and
but
Silent
our
Bob's.
Huge thanks again for letting us
location.
Home to the comic book man. This is a dream come true, guys. So if
Yeah.
you're not already freaking out, don't worry. I'm already freaking
He's
out.
freaking out enough for everybody, and
That's
we're
right.
still freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
So-
after the episode will air, I'm still
There's
gonna
gonna be a lot of
freaking
freak out.
So yeah, anyway, that's it for us here on Off the Rack. We'll see you guys next time with another episode where we review comics that are coming out this week and letting you know what we thought about them. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long, and don't forget to like and subscribe.